Hi, this is Dan Nickerson. In this Acme Traffic video, I'm going to talk about WordPress, the WordPress post and page editor. They're essentially the same thing, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to be on the post editor. And now when people first get to WordPress and they start publishing, it might look like it's this huge console dashboard to them and they get a little overwhelmed. But most of them have experience using Microsoft Word or other editors. And they don't necessarily know that they have all that functionality built in right into WordPress. So if you click on your Hello World or any post for that matter, you might look like this. So I'm going to go through all these different little functions of the post editor. Okay. Now the very first thing you notice here is this little kitchen sink tool. So it says Show Hide Kitchen Sink. I don't know why you want to hide this, but if you click on it, you're going to see it opens up a whole new tab, a whole new dashboard of features. And it probably looks very familiar to you. For example, it looks maybe like little things that you can do with a word editor. Okay? And so let's say, for example, that I'm just going to modify this post. And let's say I want this to be my title. Well, I might make this an H2 title, so you can see how I just changed the size of that. If I want, I can change the color. I can just go in here and change the color to red. If I want, I can underline it as well. And if I want, I can indent it over to the right, just like you can with a regular editor. There are all kinds of different features here. This is actually alignment. I'm going to go back here and move that over. I shouldn't say alignment. This is the justification tool, align full. And then I can do things like center it. I can move it to the right. I can move it to the left. I can put quotes around it. And this will depend on your theme. Nothing shows here because your theme will control how the quotes appear. If I want, I can make a bulleted list. I can make a numbered list if I want. I can italicize it. Undo the bullets. I can bold it as well, and I can put it back to the left. And let me go back one more time here. Now, why am I not all over to the left? If I'm wondering why something looks the way it looks, I can go to the HTML. I'm still setting a block quote right here, so I'm just going to remove that and go back to the visual editor. So once again, let me go back here. And by the way, there's also the undo function. So if I want, I can undo what I did there. And I can keep undoing until I go back to where I was before. So you can just play around with this and you can do all kinds of cool things. More things you can do. You can use this to actually remove the formatting of the post. So if you had a formatting, you should remove formatting. Let me go and do something here. See, I removed that. So basically, I didn't have it copied right. So essentially, this will actually strip out anything you just did. So be careful how you do that. But if you forget, you can go back to where you were using this tool, the undo tool, and that's that. So I'm going to go back and do that one more time. Go back. So once again, I can change this to pre-formatted text. I can change this to different heading sizes. I can change this to just paragraph. Paragraph is more the normal text. Okay, so you can just use that with normal text. I'm going to go change this back to black. By the way, I can make this any color I want, so I can use the More Colors tab to actually change the color. If I want to make it this kind of funky color, I can do that as well. And if I want, I can do a little strike through. So this happens a lot if you're going to write a post, and maybe you're updating some content, and maybe you decided that you really can't edit that anymore. So I'm going to click on the strike through to make people know that you can no longer edit that. Just a little thing there. Now, finally, we can link. So how do I link? Let's say I want to start blogging. Well, if you want to learn how to start blogging, then maybe you go to this website, which is actually the website that I'm doing a demo on, myblogsetup.com. And so now I have a link. Now, if I want to, I can do different things with that link, like I can make it open in a new window. I can also add a title to it, which is good for SEO. So I could type in something like how to set up your blog and click on update. Or I can link it to existing content as well. So I could go in here and link to existing content like other pages on my website. Okay, you can also search. So obviously I only have a post here and a few pages, so I can go in here and search for it if I had hundreds of posts and so forth. The next thing that people they don't realize is the more tag. Now let me grab some actual more content here that I can use. I'm going to just copy in some lorem ipsum content. And we'll start right over here. I'm going to paste this content here. And actually, let me do a little more than that. So I'm actually taking this post information and I'm pasting a bunch of stuff here. And let me just click on update. and I go to View Post. And now you can see I have this, all this content. This is the full page. Now, if I go to my home page, this is the full content of this as well. But let's just say, for example, that I only want people to read this much. Stop here. I can go to the More tag. I can put my cursor here. I can check this box, and it inserts a More tag. So I click on Update, and I click on Reload. And now you're going to see that it stops here and it says Continue Reading. And that brings people to the full post. So the benefit of that is that you can put more content on your main page, and you can also make sure that people are linking into your site. So when you give them a little bit of a teaser, let's just say, for example, there's ads here. You give them a teaser, they click on this, your ads are going to refresh, and gives them a whole other opportunity to maybe click on your ad for you to make some money. But most people use it just for organization. Now, more things with the post editor here is that you control the categories and tags. So, for example, I'm typing lorem ipsum. Maybe I want a Latin category, so I could type in Latin because this is a Latin-related post. I click on Add New, and it just added that category now. So now it's going to be in the Latin category. And I could also tag it, so I could type in like lorem ipsum, do by commas, and do Latin or whatever. And I click on Add, and those are my tags. And then I'm just going to click on Update. So now that post is updated and refreshing. Now, WordPress keeps adding features and all kinds of cool stuff. There's spell check. There's spell check in different languages as well. You can actually do a full screen edit mode. So if you'd rather do this kind of format, you can go in here and actually change stuff using the full screen edit. So it looks more like you're writing in a Word document. You can switch between the basics here. I'm going to go back to exit. Go back to the actual post editor. But that's pretty much most of the functions here. This is pasting as plain text, pasting from Word. So a lot of people have a tendency to write from Microsoft Word. So if you're going to copy from Microsoft Word and paste it in here, use paste from Word because that will help with the formatting of the post. Okay, next we have upload. This actually lets you add images or video. So you can go to your media library and select files if you have anything uploaded, or you can select them from your computer, or you can, from a URL. Actually, I'm on the video mode. I'm sorry about that. This is add video. Now, if you're going to add video too, just a quick tip, the best thing, if you're going to make a public video, you're better off just uploading it to YouTube and using YouTube embed code. The reason being is because you'd rather why not get the traffic from YouTube too? So when you post videos, you get traffic from YouTube. So the more people use more traffic, then the better. Okay. So I'm going to go click on add an image. This is the add an image. And then this is select files from your computer, or this is from the media library, and this is from a URL. So just play around with that, and then you just exit out. And then we have more stuff here like add media. So this could be anything from media library, and then or from uploading as well. And then this one here is, another one. You know what's funny? I actually don't use this stuff. I haven't used these before. I use pretty much this for add an image, and I just use that because I will embed everything from YouTube, or if I do videos, I'll actually use a plugin like WordTube to embed the videos. But that's essentially it for the post overview, and the page editor does essentially the same thing, except it has a few more features. I'm going to give you one more little tip here which drives people crazy. Ever since WordPress 3.1, the comments box has been disabled. So if you want to allow comments, click on discussion and not comments. And when you do that, it'll add the little allow comments box here. So a lot of people don't know what happened to that since WordPress 3.1, and that's what happened to it. Okay, and that's just a video overview of all the features that you can use in the edit post of WordPress.